Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company podcast. This is a DETALKSCAST. This is where we talk to somebody in the detailing industry or adjacent industries. In this case, hey, this guy looks familiar.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Yeah, who is this guy?
It's nice to meet all of you guys for the first time.
Oh, wow. Huh.
He seemed to have let himself into the building, and
I thought I
he's
recognized him.
Showed up.
I was here when you walked in.
Yeah.
Who's that
weird.
guy?
What are these things for?
Huh.
So introduce our guest, Dane.
Yeah, okay, so our guest, Dylan von Kleist. If you haven't seen him in our other videos, maybe you should check those out.
Yeah,
If you
Probably
haven't
be
seen him in our
attached.
other videos, like you
You
obviously
aren't
haven't
I
watched
don't know
our
what you're
videos.
doing here.
I know. What am I paying you guys for?
What?
But for those who are new at this, let's just do a little refresher for the folks who are new. Dylan.
So I am the marketing manager for RUPES USA, and friend to the Rag Company.
That's right.
Show up in a lot of videos.
You guys make like polishers and stuff.
Yeah, some of these things that you rub them on paint.
Okay.
Those things.
Okay.
They shine up or something
Just
happens. They
take
get
the machine
shinier.
and-
Hardly anybody has ever heard of
Yeah.
what we sell. It's not popular.
That happened. There was a guy who had no idea what a
trust me.
RUPES polisher was, but he knew what a Rag Company towel was.
Hey.
Wow, so way to be a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dylan
wow,
just left,
that-
so
All right.
thanks
Well,
for
and
ruining
that was
that.
it.
Been
Thanks,
nice
Dylan,
seeing
for
you guys,
coming.
and I got to go home now. I work on my marketing.
Yeah.
Great
apparently.
start,
Come
Levi.
on, dude. What's up?
Well, so if you guys don't know already, so Dylan is down here for this upcoming weekend. It is the weekend of June 2nd is what it is. And so Dylan's down here for a RUPES open house that we are hosting here at the Rag Company. It's the RUPES Takeover. And yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And literally, like, the owners are out of town, so like
So it's literally
Dylan
a
could
takeover.
run this place with an iron
Anything
fist if he
could
wanted
happen.
to.
I'm going to make
He
really
stopped
bad
paying all of
decisions.
us when he got in. So.
Free towels for everybody.
Cutting everybody's pay by 30%. And
no.
wait, hold on a second.
And we're opening a brewery.
Yeah.
What?
So we got Dylan here. So he's going to be kind of co-hosting with us over this weekend. And so Saturday from 9 a.m. to probably around 1, 12
Two-ish,
p.m.
yeah,
1,
we
2-ish.
got it 2 o'clock on there.
Yep.
We got it to where people can just really come in and play with RUPES tools, play with TRC towels, play with any of the other random products that we have in our studio, and it should be fun. It's going to be informative. Dylan, you are presenting a PowerPoint.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little. I hate the word PowerPoint because it just makes
Okay,
people
you're
like literally
doing
like
a
half the people.
slideshow?
Half the people just
Yeah.
went and fell asleep. That's the magic word. No, it's PowerPoint supported. Let's say that it's a
yes,
presentation. No,
yes.
we're just gonna do a very light coverage of kind of compare and contrast the different tools, and then a little bit about pads and consumables, and then we're gonna let people just play, and that's. You learn best. I do, anyways.
Yeah.
Get my hands on things and play with it. But at least we'll give them a foundation to kind of understand what
Yeah.
they're playing with, and then we'll have fun, let people ask questions, and just hang out. I mean, it's more than anything
Yeah.
else. It's just kind of a mix and mingle, and get a chance to try some stuff that's not
Well,
even
and
for sale.
what's fun is this is just like one of the presentations I have seen, and it's interesting because even if you do know a lot of stuff about machines and why and this, it's an awesome refresher to go like, oh yeah, that's why that. Oh, yeah, I
That
forgot
makes
about
sense.
that.
You
Yeah.
might know what happens, but you may not know why that
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. And so it's just good knowledge period to have.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to have you back.
I'm always
Dylan's like my brother from another mother. We it's fun to have him back and hang out.
They
and
hold
do
hands
stuff.
in their spare time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hold hands. You guys can't see this,
cute.
but under the table we're holding hands. So.
They actually are. Stop being weird.
But yeah, no. So it's gonna be. I'm excited because it's just fun to have him back in the house, hanging out, doing
It's gonna be a lot of
stuff.
fun.
We're gonna shoot some more videos for you guys. We got more detox, more topics.
I would say your guys'
Videos.
detox are pretty popular, so
Yeah,
people
we're
like
gonna have
those.
fun.
hey,
So.
well, yeah,
We'll
it's always,
bust out the RUPES lawn chairs again and set
Oh,
a
yeah.
backdrop and a nice scenic ocean.
yeah. You need
know,
the sound
ocean
of seagulls and the crashing waves in the background.
Speaking of which, we really need to get that green screen so we can start
Yeah.
doing weird stuff like this.
Your parent,
Yeah.
you know,
We have a big studio.
Yeah.
We've got a
so-
big white room
We
now.
could have
so
done
Yeah.
we can
something.
do that.
When Dylan, or when Levi was down in Puerto Rico, I mean, we could actually make it seem like he's still down there.
Oh.
I mean,
Just
like,
never came back.
Levi
I
is
think
still
about
down
that.
there. He's doing
Let's
all
get some
sorts
playground sand, and this will be.
He's never coming back.
He's at the beach. You can see Jason in the back floating away. He's asleep out there. What's going
Oh,
on?
Yeah, no, he literally was asleep on his kayak, but he tied himself off to a buoy. So
Smart man.
Yeah.
He's a true
And he's still
adventurer.
there, right? Nobody woke him up.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen him?
Yeah,
Oh.
no. All
Yeah,
right.
maybe become some tanning
Jason
he
who?
was supposed to be back
Oh.
on Wednesday. What are you talking about?
He's somewhere
So-
floating around the ocean.
So
that brings
we're
me.
gonna,
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say. So we're gonna kind of take off or start where we last left off, where we were down in Colorado visiting you last time.
Yep.
And so, what were we down there for?
So you guys came in and did the rag company takeover. So now it's just
we made some stuff.
payback.
Yeah, and your boss was out of the town, and he came back the day before we left, right?
Exactly. So it
It
all
was
works out.
perfect timing.
It's like kids throwing parties when their parents are gone. And some people, it actually is their parents. Yeah, so it's kind of a continuation. I mean, this all started with me coming out last year, and then we had you guys out. Now I'm back, and you took my spot in Puerto Rico and supported the guys out there. And
It
thank
was
you
fun.
for doing that.
Thank you for letting me take your spot.
Hey, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then we also should mention we've got more stuff coming up.
We do.
It's soon.
So if you guys feel bad that you can't come hang out with the four of us,
you should.
We've
I mean,
got
you
a
should
couple
feel bad.
different
You should feel
chances. Yeah, well, you should feel bad that you can't be here. But no, you've got a couple more chances this year to see us and hang out with us. So in 2 weeks, we are going to be all over on the East Coast at Detailer's Domain in New Jersey.
That'll be
for
cool.
the weekend, and we're going to be having that Father's Day weekend, Friday and Saturday before Father's Day. We're going to be at Phil's at Detailer's Domain doing an event. We've got a class and all-day classes that are invite or
Well, it's already
RSVP.
sold out,
Yeah, it's sold
yeah.
out now. Yeah. And then Saturday's kind of a big open house.
Yeah, and this will be your first year going with us. So
Yes.
just to kind of put into scale, this will be the third year we've done what we call the East Coast Workshop and then open house. Last year, I think we rough counted somewhere around 400 people.
That's crazy.
And if any of you have ever been to Phil's Place in New Jersey at Detailer's Domain, it's not that
Designed
big.
for 400 people.
So it spills out, which we've been very lucky. The weather's been great
Yeah.
every single year. The just super cool cars roll out. A lot of Porsches, a lot of exotics show up, and just kind of turns into an impromptu show and shine.
Yeah.
Larry Casilla from Ammo NYC is going to be there with us, and so obviously you guys, us. I heard rumors that possibly Mr. Kilmer will be attending with us as well.
It's a rumor.
we know that guy.
Yeah. Heard that name before. So it's getting bigger and better. The year before it was like 250, 300 people, and then the following year 400. So this should be bigger and better than ever.
We're pretty excited about it.
It's going to be cool, and it's again like kind of like what we're doing tomorrow. It's a little bit more mix and mingle and play and ask questions and meet some personalities from the industry. I mean, it's very rare that. I mean, we get together quite a bit, which is cool. People are probably tired of seeing us
we
together.
get to, and we get to hang out at other events.
Okay,
too.
Exactly.
So,
But it's rare to get, Larry and Kilmer and us and all the people that are going to be there. It's a pretty rare opportunity to ask a lot of questions, and it's open to everybody. It's free to attend. I mean, there's going to be food trucks and all that stuff. It's a good time. So that's going to be a big one.
We're excited. It's going to be fun. So you get to see us there. So in 2 weeks, we're going to hit the East Coast. So if you've been following us and you want to just come say hi, we love that. Come over and see us. And so that's on Saturday, the 15th? 16th of June?
Something like that. We'll have to check the calendar.
It's on
Saturday
that
before
Saturday.
Father's Day. Just remember
Check
that.
either I'm sure if you check the RUPES Facebook
Yes,
page, there's an
they-
event, the Detailer's Domain Facebook page. I'm sure you guys are tagged on there as well.
Yeah.
It's easy to find.
And we'll start posting more about it on our social media platforms and start maybe doing some stories and an actual physical post to give you guys at least a couple weeks heads up. So I'll probably get one of those out here soon.
Yeah.
No, we're excited. And then
Right.
in August,
That's gonna be
I
fun.
think it's the 4th.
I should have checked dates before we sat down, but yeah.
Well, we can't. We still can't. But August 4th, we're going to come back to Denver to the RUPES headquarters for the Obsessed Garage Weekend at RUPES. So,
Another fun weekend.
Yeah. So those of the Obsessed Garage guys that are attending, we're also going to be there, so we're super excited to be a part of that. And we're just going to hang out and enjoy ourselves and spend time with you guys and everybody down there. And
we'll be shooting videos. So
we're going to be shooting
look out.
videos and
Doing some
doing all
coverage
that.
and then asking, answering any questions about towels and things like that. Because the guys are wanting to know a lot of what's in Matt's kit, so they can ask towels as well, and if they want to do that. But I mean, other than that, we'll just be playing, hanging out.
Hey.
Playing with polishers.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's make a habit out of this and do it a lot.
I like
wait,
this.
we have.
Yeah. Let's get this a lot more often.
We've
in case
established
you guys
a
are wondering,
pattern.
this is
Now let's keep
5 events this year.
Yeah.
Well,
Which-
and then we're gonna run into each other again a couple months later.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
at
do
the
SEMA.
airport
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be hanging out.
It's
a
going to
lot.
be fun. I'm excited. This year's been awesome. Who knows what next year will be? Maybe we'll do 10.
Every year seems to grow exponentially. It's not just a
Yeah.
little, it's always a lot. Because this
Yeah.
year's definitely been a lot more than anything we did before.
Yeah.
But
yeah. It's going to
yeah.
be like that with all sorts of events too. Because between all these events, with even
We've got
Rupes
other
and
events.
Dylan, we have other events, and so
Sorry, Dylan.
yeah, sorry, we're not.
You're cheating on me? Again, I'm leaving.
He knows.
It's not
No,
you.
we've got
it's us.
you got. Well, we're all going up to Air Force One.
Yep.
In Seattle to do that event,
Mhm.
and that is in June,
Yeah.
middle of June. So right after, or no, it's in July,
July,
actually,
yeah.
middle
Yep.
of July. So we're going up to Seattle for that. So any of the Mafia guys that'll be there, we'll see you guys there for that. And then Jeff and I are headed to the UK for Waxstock.
Yep.
So
There's a lot of
all our
folks in the UK excited to see
so
you guys. So
we're excited to be out there for that. So that'll be fun.
Mhm.
Then we'll have personalities stopping by our rag company booth.
Hey, yeah.
So that'll
Yeah.
be cool.
No, a lot of fun things
A lot
going
of
on.
big stuff. What are you doing this summer? Other than this, coming and seeing us.
I'm bouncing all over the place doing events, and then the academy is busy right now. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a number of classes that are hitting right now that are private distributor events, so they're bringing their customers in. We're not advertising them, but we're going to start probably in the next week or so advertising, just kind of open. You can sign up and come to an
So,
event type classes.
Maybe let people that are listening right now that don't know about the Bigfoot Academy. Can you just let them know kind of what the idea was behind that?
Yeah, so the Bigfoot Academy is the dream detailer space, but set up to be a classroom. So like you guys experienced, it's got a full classroom space.
Yep.
We can fit about 50 students in there. And there's 3 70-something inch smart boards
Yeah.
in there. And so we go in there, we do classroom learning, teach concept, and then we walk immediately out the door, and there's that big, beautiful academy space, which is all black walls and tons of electrical hookups, air hookups, everything you would need to polish a car, plus the fully functional wash bay, which there may have been a Wash Wednesday.
Possibly.
I'm still trying to get Wash Bay Wednesday to take off, but really, one episode is not going to make
Just
that happen.
hashtag Wash Bay Wednesday.
There's like 2 posts on it,
Yeah.
and they're both mine. So it's. I mean, if you could design the dream detail space and then slap a classroom on top of it, that's what it is. And so we're, like I said, we're hosting the private distributor events right now, and it's open to them. So kind of the Obsessed Garage, for example, they are a distributor of ours. Matt wanted to host an event. We said, your space, you book the people, you get them here, and we will, do the educational piece.
Yeah.
So we have that happening with other distributors. P&S is bringing their guys out. Rennie's going to join us for a couple of days, but the public facing stuff starts soon, where just anybody can sign up for a class, and we'll cap it at 30 people. You come in and learn anything from basic polishing techniques all the way up to, we're going to have some advanced sanding classes and stuff like that. So
That's awesome.
good time. It's busy stuff. Jason, he had to get back from Puerto Rico because he's got a lot of people to train. So
Yeah.
You got a job to do, man.
I really hope he made it back because
I'll let you know when I see him.
Still floating on that guy?
And to what degree he's
I'll
sunburned.
just say he did make it back to the hotel with me. He was in my possession. But then that night, I was like, I'll see you guys after we got done with dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll see you guys later. And that was the last I saw of him, was in the elevator at the Marriott.
Like the doors are closing.
Yeah.
It's like going down. He's like,
There's a
freaking out.
little
So-
smirk on his face because he knows he's not leaving.
And he was staying an extra day. The rest of us were all leaving in the morning.
That's
he
a
was going
cover.
to stay an extra day.
He's
So
staying a
he
lot
may
more
have
than
made
just
it
a
back
day.
to Culebra. I don't know.
Jason's the kind of guy that I feel like could be a secret agent. Like, this could be a complete cover up.
And you wouldn't know.
Well, I will tell you, he does have adventure wear
Oh yeah.
that he wears when he's on work trips. So
Yeah.
it
He comes
wouldn't surprise
prepared.
me. It wouldn't
Everybody's
surprise me.
favorite camouflage shirt. Jason,
Yeah.
you're going to listen to this, and
Hey, I
of
mean,
these
we got
days, we're
Levi
gonna
with his
destroy it.
camo shorts, so
Yeah, I wore my camo shorts at the beach. So
you would.
Did you? Oh, man. That's a Levi thing.
they're new swim trunks. That's why.
Oh.
He's
Camo-
diversifying his
camo print.
portfolio
That's
of
right.
pants.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
This year, though, I wore gray
Oh.
with my new Army Green, not released yet, Rag Company T-shirt.
Oh,
Well, that's
wow.
pretty classy.
Special edition.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Special edition because I'm the only one that has one.
well,
And my
That
son.
makes it special, right?
and you're a special guy.
Yeah. Well, it was a test. We'll see.
pretty
We're
cool.
working
So,
on
so this is our first. So we're doing our detox cast. We're gonna have a couple more podcasts, and they might be detox cast, or they may be maybe we do a normal podcast. We'll kind of figure out how it all plays together. We're gonna be shooting detox tomorrow.
Yes.
Which will be really cool. We have the stage set up. If all the tools come in and we get everything
we're
at
excited.
the right time,
Yeah.
we'll start laying everything out and start going over things
Well,
and start talking about.
Yeah, and one thing that we wanted to do this year is we wanted to talk about the pneumatics. Because there are still a ton of detailers that don't use them.
Yeah, no.
They don't know about them. They've never tried them. They've never, and I mean, there are a lot of guys that still message me and go, "Is it worth me buying an air compressor to detail?" And
Yes.
I'm
just
of the
bought one.
mind. Well, and I'm of the mind like that's the only way I've ever detailed a car is having air, like any type of air.
For any reason.
For
Whether
any reason.
You're blowing out pads or you're
blowing out
cleaning
pads, you're
interiors.
blowing out the car, you're blowing out
Yeah.
the interior, you're cleaning cup holders, you're cleaning door pockets.
There's nothing that quite replaces that. It does
Yeah.
so it benefits you in so many ways to have it, even if you don't have one that can run a polishing tool, because it does take
Yeah.
a lot of air just to run something like a Tornador or
Yeah.
purging interiors, blowing out your pads. You have to have a compressor. I
But
mean,
even like
of some size.
Yeah, even like a 20-gallon in the back of your truck or van
Mm-hmm.
does a lot. I've got a little California Air Tools makes some pretty awesome little air
It's the
compressors
same brand I have.
that fill up quick, and those are nice to have. Even if you don't have a lot of space, get a small 5-gallon because it's a rapid fill tank, so you can actually blow out your interior. So if you are working on one car, you can blow the interior out, and get in.
Yeah.
Deep clean the car a little bit.
One of my favorites is vacuum shop vac hose on one side, air tool with a nozzle on the other,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and chasing it, because that way you're getting everything up and out, and the vacuum instantly captures
Yeah.
it.
Right
So
back in, yeah.
Well, and like there's a Volkswagen or the really low pile carpet. You put even a Tornador gun. That works amazing to clean carpet because you can get any dog hair. I mean, you can vacuum and vacuum and vacuum and vacuum,
Stuff
and
just
you're never
doesn't
going to
come
get
out.
anything
Nope.
It
out.
doesn't budge.
Nope.
But you use that gun and you can literally just blast all the carpet, and it actually cleans it to where you can, get it to look good for your customers. So it's. I'm just amazed there's still guys. I remember when I was 19 detailing and learning from a guy that was like, "Yeah, I've never used air before," and I was teaching him air, and I was like, "How have
Bro.
you been not?" He's like, "I just use brushes for everything," and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but you still got to clean the area. Like you got to get."
Don't you get frustrated
You
after
got to
a
get the
while?
liquids out of there and the cleaner and
The brush removes it all. That's
Yeah.
all you have to use. No
Yeah.
towel, no nothing.
customers
No,
appreciate
yeah.
that free mildew install you did.
Yeah,
So super
so
cool.
it's amazing to me. But pad cleaning is a big one.
It's huge. It's the most important part, especially if you're working with microfiber and now the wool that we've got, foam even benefits hugely from clean the pad. Paint residue is the number one enemy of
Yeah.
quality finishing. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody who struggles with finishing after that third pass, it's paint residue. No secrets. Clean your pad, result gets better. The alternative is have so many pads around that you can change them out. Well, if you've got a stack of 100 pads every car, pretty sure that compressor would have paid for
Yeah.
itself
Well,
by now.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're looking at how much a pad costs, for an example, like I think our average, the median cost for a pad that we sell is around like $8 to $10 or something like that.
Yeah.
If you're buying pads, let's just say you buy 5 to do a vehicle or 6 or however many you want to do a vehicle, that's it's $48, $50, right? You can go buy a decent compressor for a couple $100, at least enough that would be able
To
to
clean
blow
a
out
pad, yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be a good place to start. And if you really want to go above and beyond, you can go get yourself an 80-gallon.
Yeah,
that
thank
we
you,
got out
Champion,
there.
for helping us out on
That's-
that. We've got a
How convenient.
it was pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
It's a beast.
So now we've got a monster air compressor out there with
It is a
enough
monster.
CFM to run.
And you
all
just
the
got done
tools.
doing some piping on that bad
Yeah,
boy.
I was laying some pipe on that thing, and
Yeah, you were.
got some PVC.
Wait, hold
all-
on. This is a family
Oh,
podcast.
sorry.
Well, it was.
So I was setting up a junction box so we can hook into the air, and then it'll run through a filter, and then through a high flow regulator, and then back down into 4 little junction spots where we can hook up 4 little air lines, and then it's got a drain on the end.
It looks cool. Like, and,
So-
and-
Yeah, it was quite
and-
impressive,
and-
man.
Yeah, I've been working on it all
This
day.
this
so,
towel and podcast thing doesn't work out for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that now.
You can go lay pipe, apparently.
Levi's pipes.
Yeah, piping.
Levi's piping.
I'm pretty good with PVC. Don't know if you guys knew that.
We know now.
Well, and we want to put in some nicer airlines like what you guys have in at RUPES, and
You say you don't want to keep it just classy dipped the entire time?
yeah, we plasti dipped it so it would not
Hey.
look so white.
Yeah. I think it looks awesome.
It cleaned up
I'm
pretty
I'm
good.
all about it.
Yeah.
Save money, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks good.
But we want to put in some nicer airlines. We'll do that later on this summer, maybe as
Yeah.
a project once we can get it in
I think
there.
once we decide where we want,
Because
our
I'd love
permanent
to put
detailing studio, and that's one big thing that we've
Yeah.
kind of it's been up in the air. We love what we have our setup out there, but we just don't know what's going to be our most permanent
well,
setup.
the company's growing so fast that,
Yeah.
that our
Well,
studio
they
space
may,
is
they may
getting...
kick us out of there
Yeah.
for storage.
Yeah,
Frankly, it would
literally.
be to both their and our benefit. So.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I mean, to your point about laying it out in your studio, even once you know what space it's in, I always try and encourage people, like, don't finalize your shop until you've actually worked in it a few times.
Oh, yeah, because you
Because
find all different spots.
We did it in the academy. We laid some things out. We're like, man, that is not the spot that should be in. And
Yeah.
like in theory, it made perfect sense. And then you actually use it and go, crap, that is not where that should be.
Yeah.
So it's one of those figure out where you're going to have it, then place the compressor, run with some temporary lines for a while, and go, you know what? I'm always over at this spot. That's where I need that
Yeah.
hookup, and I need this over here. And it's until you've worked in the space, the idea you have of what is the perfect setup in your head is, I can almost guarantee you, dead wrong.
Yeah. And in my head right now is each 4 of those trusses, we run lines down it and have attachment points for those 4 spots.
Yeah.
But
That would be glorious.
if we've got to move that, but
Yeah,
if
that's
we
gonna
have to
suck.
move
If it
it, we
moves,
have to
you're
take everything
screwed.
apart and move it around. And so
Yeah.
until we're situated, we can,
Well,
lock
it's
everything
much better to try and, understand your own efficiencies, like you're saying, and really develop and hone those, as opposed to just doing some cookie cutter thing you found on the internet, said this works, and
Well,
then you
and-
just go, I'm having a hard time, but I guess I just have to struggle.
Yeah, or undo it and do it again.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that drives me crazier than
No.
doing anything twice.
Yeah. Well, and in our spot, we don't do a ton, so we could get away with some of the prettier stuff. It's just, the odd spot stuff. But
Yeah.
but it would be nice to have it fully, put together so that no matter what, we're optimized.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know.
we're not running a detail shop, but
No.
we should be able to have the ability to function like one
Yeah.
in a given scenario.
Well, and when we start doing SV testing and IDA, CD exams and
Yeah.
things like that, it would be nice to be able to be fully set,
Yeah.
which is a goal of ours to have. So we have
Yeah.
all the equipment and tools needed to run that and teach and train and do all that. So that way we can. But I'd love to be able to set it up so that somebody can walk in and feel at home and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And not like, this is kind of throwing me off because
the
I have
clunkiness just
Yeah.
to go this way to
Yeah,
get the
same
airline.
theory in the academy. I mean, we're not doing detailing for dollars there. It's
Yeah.
a training space, but it still needs to operate like it is a functional detailing
Yeah.
space, right? And you still have to do all the same things. You just aren't doing them all at once. You're
Right.
stopping and talking or showing somebody how to do something. But it's weird how a matter of a foot can make a very, why
why
was
do I
there?
do
Why did we put
that?
that there? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's shop layout could be an entire podcast onto itself.
Oh,
God,
man.
the mistakes I've made and the mistakes I've seen made. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I
but
think the
mean,
Obsessed Garage guys will weigh in on that one pretty heavily too. Got to get those Sabre cabinets. So.
Did it wrong.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, we started. We're on the right path. I mean, we redid our garage lighting just a couple months ago, and we got some decent light in there now for
It's-
detailing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That look really great.
Looks like a
and
carnival ride.
Yeah. I mean, we really didn't realize how cool it was until we actually pulled the vehicle in there, and we were like, oh wow,
Wow, this
we
works
actually
really well.
these trusses.
How did we
really
see before?
Did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and then having this air compressor is really going to help us out. And so now it's really it's small little fine tuning, unless we change our whole set up and move the studio.
Who are we kidding? You're going to, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No
it's
question.
It's going to happen. It's more of like a we're dreading it type of thing because
I don't want to move that stuff.
I'm the one that hung up all those lights, and I know I have to climb back up on that ladder. And
Well, we'll just hopefully just break everything apart. Like it all just comes apart as
right.
one
We'll
unit.
label things like A, B, C. So C goes to D, and
No,
A goes to B. No,
That's the wrong one. C goes to C. D goes to B.
No.
And you're electrocuted.
Why is it all
And that
upside
guy
down?
died.
Yeah. The truss is just upside, like the legs are in the air. Drive the car over it. Jump it.
Pretty sure it was the other way the last time. I don't think so. That's how it went together.
Nope.
Yeah.
This
No.
picture says different.
So
If you turn it around upside down, it looks like it's supposed to go that way.
Honestly,
It'll be cool.
I joke that you guys are going to redo it, but since I don't remember exactly when I was here the first time.
June.
Was it June? So we're almost
was,
exactly
like, end of the
a year.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were
Yeah.
close. This building is drastically different. I mean, this
It's very different.
room
This was not
is
here.
very different.
Yeah, this was just an empty office when you
Yep.
came last time.
Yeah, so I mean, just the quick walk around tour we did, I'm kind of like, man, you guys are killing it over
We're
here.
pretty
aren't
good
you?
at making it up on the fly.
This is something we did. We foamed this whole room in a day after, what was it, 6 cans of 3M adhesive.
That is
a ton of
not good
foam.
for the noggin.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
it was
somebody
a
got
Friday, It was a
high.
Friday afternoon.
We
and the three
were
of us were in here
flying.
laying some foam.
Yeah, we had to wait till the afternoon. We had to wait till everybody went home because
Yeah.
we would have gassed out the whole building.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
about 4 o'clock. We started. We had fans and down the hall and ready
You
to go. And it was
Cannot
like-
shut that door. You'll be passed out on the ground and dead in an
We
hour.
were taking turns and like,
hallucinating.
yeah,
The towels are talking, man.
yeah. Dane got lost for a while.
Oh, boy.
Couldn't remember why he was
Yep.
downstairs.
And we did, for some reason we didn't want to wear proper masks or anything like that. It was
Let's
almost
hope
like we
OSHA
were-
doesn't ever listen to this podcast. They're gonna come and shut you guys down so quick.
Man.
But
Yeah.
no, we've definitely been improving, and we showed you the studio.
Yeah,
Here
that's
just a
awesome.
while ago
Across the
across the street with the huge infinity wall, or the 3
And 2
infinity
bonus
walls.
infinity walls in addition.
Yeah, I know.
Say,
What's
buy
better
one,
than one
get two
infinity
free.
wall? 3 of them. Like, I can rub it in, guys. Jeez.
Well, we started.
I
with
thought
the
we were all
small
cool with our
one.
Bigfoot Academy, and like, oh, look at our infinity one.
We warmed you up to the big one. We said, "Here's the small one." You're like, "This is nice. I really like this." I'm like, "Well, hold on. Let's go upstairs." I'm like, "Wow, this is really nice too." I'm like, "Well, you actually walked past our biggest one, and then you look down. And you're like, oh my god."
Holy, what the?
Yeah, we can pull a semi in there.
Yeah.
We could bring in Yvonne's OptiForce 1 bus.
It's probably the one studio could fit
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I've been in this business, there was one place, one photographer I was aware of near Denver, and it was, I mean, they had a barn, I mean, to do it in, and
Yeah.
even that was difficult getting.
Yeah.
We'd put a full-size SUV in there, and that was a challenge, and it was nowhere near as big as the spot you guys have got. So
Yeah, it's going to be pretty
We're-
crazy. It's
you
amazing
could
how...
you could corner the semi-photography in the
Yes,
bus photography
yes.
market, actually.
Oh, man.
Big
Sorry,
market,
if you're
right?
listening.
Start placing
Get
some
on it.
Google ads for that bus photography, and there's like one guy's like, finally,
Well, and,
I've been waiting for years.
yeah, well, and like, our photographer, Bart Sepik, or CPAC.
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 CPAC. Yeah, whatever.
We have interpretations.
If you want to check him out, his Facebook is Bart CEPEK
Yep.
Sepik Photography.
Yep.
Check it out. See the kind of stuff he does. He does
It's worth it.
phenomenal
It's
stuff.
It's super cool
Really
stuff.
cool.
Yeah,
Phenomenal
cool.
stuff. A lot of automotive art. But that's one of the reasons. That's why it's so big, is so that he can start reaching out. Also being able to, loan the area out for product videos and things like
Oh, yeah.
that. Our new one of our web guys, Nate, sent me a link and was like, "Did you guys shoot this in? Did these people shoot it in your space in the new Infinity Room? This new video that it just dropped from like an off-road company?" And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"What?" And I had to watch it because I was like, "Wow, that is eerily similar to ours," but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't. But it was pretty cool. So it's things like that we can start doing for
Yeah.
folks, and
Yeah.
and that's what Bart and his team is
Opens all
basically
kinds of
working to do.
possibilities.
So,
So
yeah, and of course you guys get to see it. So
Yeah.
which is fun.
They're pretty cool. We actually have a video that Dane's working on that we shot inside there. It'll probably be one of the first that we do inside this one, and it's pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you guys to
Yeah.
see that.
We also
We
shot
get
my
the very
hype
clean
video
floor
for
dirty.
Puerto Rico
Yeah.
in it, where I'm polishing Dane's hood.
His hype video, that was
Yeah.
the best.
That
I
was a
love
great hype video.
Shout out to the editors over at UM Distributors or whoever
They
did that
killed
video.
it.
They killed it. They somehow incorporated this this totally different video that we put together for Levi into their already existing hype video, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah, and I apologize. All of our guys are shooting cell phone selfie videos, and I'm like, wow, we really should have stepped our game up. We
need to get those Rag Company guys out for a video.
I need you guys to come out and just do our hype video real quick.
We were under the impression we didn't have a choice. We had to go hard.
Because I asked her if we could do that, and she said no.
She said,
I need it like video. I need it like this.
She probably saw our videos and set her expectations really high, and we're like, dang it.
No. Why must we be so good?
Why do people keep seeing that stuff?
We should sandbag a little bit, keep some extra just in case you got to show off.
What we'll do is we'll film a hype video for you, and then you can use that in all your future
future
ventures.
We can do that.
Let's do it.
We should totally do that. We could do something like involving like your beard or something like that. You know
we could just
I can see it now.
Like a really close-up slow-mo of him brushing out the beard, and people are like, oh man, what's gonna happen next?
As long as it's got dubstep, I'll be fine.
DBK.
I gotta say, the flyer for the event on Saturday, my super awesome picture of me in the wash bay from your guys' visit to Colorado, which has become my Wash Bay Wednesday, hashtag Wash Day Wednesday. That has become my profile picture and stuff. And so you guys used it in the marketing for Saturday's event. And my cousin, hey Jamie, in Las Vegas, she goes, "You look like such a badass." And I'm like, "Yeah, about as badass as anybody can look standing in a wash bay and holding a pressure washer gun." I'm like, it's not like there's like, it's not like I'm somewhere really. I mean, for cool, detailers, it's cool. Everybody else is like, so he's in a car wash holding a pressure
holding
washer.
a wand.
I'm like,
so he's gonna wash a car? Or
I'm picturing like a janitor holding a mop. But really cool.
Look like such a badass. Like explosions in the background or something. I don't know, but. I found that amusing, but I'm still getting a lot of run out of that picture.
Well, it's like me, in our hype video, I'm like standing there with my shirt holding my polisher, and it's all Levi Gates.
Should have released dubs behind you or something.
Yeah,
followed by Jason. I love that.
No, Jason's awesome. I love it. That whole video was super cool. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on the UM Distributors Instagram. I think it's on their Facebook page as well if you scroll back through. But it's got this
Puerto Rico event.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's worth the watch.
It's totally worth the watch, and
they went all out.
And it really, I think it built up, and it met your expectations. That whole event, all the surprises and cool things they had there in Puerto Rico, like really,
it was fun.
Made it worth it.
Yeah, no, the feedback we've been getting from people that were there, and even people who weren't, were like, man, I wish I could have been there.
If you guys didn't know, RUPES did a custom painted tool.
Yeah. That was cool. So
was
you want to
amazing.
explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so the artist is Gerald Mendez, and he was referred through kind of the network of artists that we use for the Art of Bigfoot contest, and asked him, hey, he's Hispanic, and we're like, hey, we're going to do this thing Puerto Rican themed. We'd love if you'd be participate in it. And I'm expecting he's going to want money. He's like, oh yeah, I need a polisher. If you send me a polisher and then another one to paint, that'd be cool. I'm like, really? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, no, I'll donate my time if it's going to go to a good cause. I'm like, oh, okay. So you and Alberto went around and took all those pictures of...
Yeah, we went to the El Moro, which is the
castle
fort,
fort.
It's the fort, and took pictures of it because on the polisher, he took elements of it and put it on there, the little watchtowers and
so if anybody hasn't seen it, if you go to our Instagram or our Facebook page, it's in there.
And it's under RUPES Caribbean.
Yeah, if you search hashtag RUPES Caribbean, it's on there. You'll see a ton of it, and we had the students taking pictures of it using that hashtag. But it actually reminds me, so I'm just now, one of the last things I was working on before I left is the Art of Bigfoot Part 2. So we're going to do that again, and we've got some super killer talent lined up. So for those that aren't familiar, search the hashtag Art of Bigfoot, and you'll see last year's entries. We had a total of 11 tools.
I was going to say, same number, or are you expanding?
We're going to see. We've got more artists this year than we had last year that want to participate.
Okay.
The issue becomes is, can we give everybody a fair amount of attention? And I don't want to stuff them. It had very much of an art gallery feel last year, which was super cool. Everything got its own space.
It was perfect.
So we'll see. It might expand a little bit, but I don't want to go crazy and be like 50 artists, and then it's just a wall of custom painted tools that everybody can't focus on.
It takes away from some people's time and effort they put into it if it's just an over,
Yeah. So we're going to have probably a few of the artists from last year repeat.
I have an artist in mind for you if you'd like.
Is Is
So-
it Levi?
No,
Levi?
well, we can use my tool. It's hanging in my office.
He's gonna get him a crayon and he's just
Levi,
gonna
you're
color
the pipe
on it.
guy, not the paint guy.
Cool stick figures, Levi. These are cool.
It's just my signature on my own machine.
Like Art of Bigfoot. It's very
you go, everybody.
ooh, and people are
pretty
getting very deep about it.
arrogant,
Like, oh, yeah, I see what he's trying to say. It's like a simplistic design.
I
No,
like the
no,
black.
I'd
The black
use the-
looks really good.
No, I'd use my beat up machine that I've got. The one you guys made for me. We handed up
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That actually has some.
Tyler Senarusa of Sensport
That's
Graphics.
worth.
Yeah.
He paints helmets for Indy.
We'd love to have him.
Le Mans,
Yeah.
karts, NASCAR,
Put him in touch with me.
custom. Oh my gosh,
His
he
helmets are.
his helmets are insane.
The popularity of what we did last year has been so big that I foresee this being kind of an every SEMA thing for a while.
Yeah.
And the tool or the platform that we have them paint might change, but I think the concept is just so cool. And
yeah.
all the artists are so willing to give their time. And last year the money went to a charity.
Yeah.
Rotting Garage Room with that Wonder Woman
Yep.
themed tool, and I believe the charity that won was Shade Tree, which is a really great charity. So we donated money to the winning tool charity. So we're going to do it again. So not only do we get these super cool tools created and everybody can appreciate them and we get to showcase different artist talents, but then at the eventual result is a charity gets some money out of this deal.
Yeah.
So we'll keep doing it. This year I'm excited because it's just some of the artists that approached us. It was really funny because last year all the artists we asked were very generous with their time and they said, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'd love to be in. It's for a good cause. This year, I actually have artists approaching us. They're like, "Hey, we saw what you did last year. I want to be a part of that." I'm like, "Oh, cool!" And these are guys that I'm like, I was too intimidated to ask last year. I'm like,
Which is
"There's no
awesome.
way that guy's gonna say yes." And he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to." I'm like, really? Oh, yeah. All right. Cool.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
so we're starting to work on that, and just to kind of build the hype up for that again, I've been working on. We're going through and very, very detailed photography of every single one of the tools that was in last year's contest
Nice.
is being shared out. Just this week, we shared the winner. Next week we'll put another one up because a lot of people didn't get to see them kind of to their super detail. So I'm photographing each one of them, putting them on our social channels, putting them on our website, so everybody can kind of appreciate the art that was created. They're just so cool.
They are. They're.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
no
wait for
lie.
you
The
to show
Weaver
the-
Customs one's
the-
still one of my favorites.
The Game of Thrones one.
Yeah,
That
a good one, too.
so good.
Yeah, no, it's so
good.
awesome.
Yeah, no, that'll be really, really cool. So, and what's really cool to see too is people that also just, I'll see it on Instagram and passing pictures. People that customize their own polishers, that are using theirs every day and actually putting it to use. And I'll see ones that are sticker bombed. I'll see ones that are painted red or plastic dip. It's really cool seeing people actually having fun with their machines. But these things in comparison. When we were down there in Colorado, I went and picked one up, and I was like, I don't know if I should be holding this because this is really nice.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You scratched it. I'm gonna need some. I'm just kidding.
Dang it.
We know a guy who polishes things.
Yeah, we can fix it.
Hey, there you go. No, that's really cool. So, what tools are we going to be playing with this weekend?
So this weekend I've got a little bit of everything coming in. So
Okay.
since you guys have that awesome compressor,
Yeah.
we're gonna put it to the test. We've got the LTA 125. Which I
Nice.
think when you guys came out for our open house, I couldn't pry it out of your hands.
Yeah, that was a cool.
I'm like,
little
Levi,
tool. I
the
love
TSA
that
is
thing.
not going to let you fly
Maybe,
holding
push
that.
him
So
down. Take it back from him.
Just shove it in places and keep it in. I'm just gonna walk out with this thing, put it under my hat.
We can see it underneath.
here, I
your
can see an
shirt.
outline of a polisher under your
Literally
hat,
right
Levi.
there.
You're not fooling
Not
anybody.
sneaky.
You're not supposed to put it in the back. Like we can totally tell
Yeah,
what
so-
you got in the back there.
We'll do the LTA 125 is coming. I've got a Melee coming.
Nice.
That's already to play with. The Rotary, which is on a little bit of a temporary hold, but at least you can experience it right now, and it'll start shipping soon. We'll stick with the regular Bigfoots. I've got a Nano. We've got Minis. We've got a pneumatic Mini also.
Yes.
So we can play with that.
Yeah.
The new wool pads, which
Yes.
people are freaking out over.
Yep.
And just, kind of a whole collection of stuff. So the idea is being I'm going to spend as little time as possible talking at people and just give them the concepts, and then we're going to turn them loose and let them polish some stuff.
Well, and this is this is for people that are coming out or interested in coming out. This isn't just for something for pros or people that are at a high level.
anybody.
This is for
Yeah.
anybody and everybody to come out and play with these things.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, none of the concepts we're going to talk about are going to be over anybody's head. If you've never polished before, you will learn something from the presentation. And then I'm sure, just as any of us are,
Yep.
I am absolutely happy to sit there and go, this is how you will be
Yeah.
a polisher. If it's a first timer or you're a guy who's polished a ton, there's going to be some value in it for you. Whether it's just to come try the tools and make that decision. I know there's a ton of people on the fence who are like, should I get a Melee? I've got a 21 and I really like it. Should I get the melee? Like,
Yeah.
well,
Try them both.
The analogy I keep drawing for people is like, well, I have Phillips and flathead screwdrivers.
Yep.
I have big ones. I have small ones.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. There's an application for all these things. No one polisher is ideal
Yeah.
in every situation. If you take that little tiny screwdriver that you use to fix the screw on your sunglasses when it comes loose, and try and tighten a hose clamp under the hood of your car, wrong tool.
Yeah.
So you have to have different tools for different uses, and that's the whole concept. Nothing replaces another. It's just different ways to do it.
And the farther you get into detailing, like the more work you do and the more, I don't know, higher end work that you try to do or you are doing, or you just, like for me, I did a lot of classic cars. There's a lot of angles and curves on a classic cars that a 21 just can't get to.
Or just the paint. I mean,
Yeah.
is it a repaint? Who repainted it? What
Yeah.
type of paint is it? Is
Yep.
it? Yeah, I mean,
So having that myriad of tools and having the full assortment helped and made our jobs easier, because I then knew, okay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit all these panels with the 21 or the 15. And, my guys that were working with me, Matt Ward and Jared Bossart, they would grab a Nano or a Mini, or, they could get a tool and they could change, the heads and go through there and get the other spots. And we were able to get the car done quicker and faster and more efficiently, having a myriad of tools, or having, two of us with 21s and one of us coming through and hitting with a Mini, and then the next person switching into the hybrid and hitting the little spots and little 1-inch pieces and three, it just works.
Yeah.
It makes it so much better than going like, well, I'm having a really hard time trying to get that spot, so I'm just not going to do it.
yeah, I can give up.
Yeah, here
Paint
you go.
wins.
And the customer's like, what happened? And we talked about this with motorcycles.
Yeah.
If you're doing motorcycles, you can't just hit everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I know, because there were times where when I started out, I'm trying to polish with a 7-inch rotary pad.
That doesn't
trying
fit
to get
in
into
there.
spots.
the seat's
Like,
really wearing down.
this really doesn't work. Yeah, so being able to have different size polishers allows you to be more, literally just more efficient.
Yeah, well, sizes, movements, it all. I mean, it's people trash rotary a lot. Like, I don't need it. I can do everything with a 21. There are applications and times where rotary makes way more sense than an orbital, and vice versa. It's tools in a toolkit. And the Jason, I'm going to steal a line from Jason Rose. Is the only wrong, technique is if you do the exact same one every single time on every single car.
Yeah.
Because it's unless you are working on the exact same car every time.
Yeah.
Which then you have a very unsuccessful business at that point.
Or maybe,
Or you work in the
maybe a
factory.
very, very successful.
Yeah, or you have a very successful business where you detail the same car every
only
day.
polish Corvettes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Travel around the world.
But even
polishing
to that
Corvettes.
degree, okay, so let's say you do have a shop that only works on Corvettes, and let's get really weird, you only work on C6 Corvettes. I mean,
Yeah.
the most specialized Corvette detailer in the history of detailers.
Yeah.
It doesn't, the year that car is manufactured, the types of defects, everything, sure, in terms of technique for curvature and things, yes, the same tools will work. But when it comes to pad and compound choice,
Oh, yeah.
all the different variables that go into it, every single one of those Corvettes is going to have some degree of difference. You couldn't say, I always use this pad with this compound and this tool, and it's the only thing I do. It might work a lot of the time,
Yeah.
but then there's going to be that one weird situation where it's going to go the opposite. It's going to fight, and you go, damn it, this works on everything else. Why doesn't this work?
The factory
Yeah.
painted it weird that month.
Or it's a respray. It was in a collision,
Yeah,
and it got
exactly.
shot, and the guy cocktailed the crap out of the paint, and it's super soft. I mean, the variables come in, so having different movements, different sizes, different pads, different compounds, all these things, you have to have those because, again, going back to that screwdriver analogy, when you need to tighten the screw on those sunglasses and you don't have that one weird flathead itty-bitty screwdriver, you're not going to grab that big old huge one, the same one that you use to clean things and scrape
Yeah.
paint off of things, isn't going to work on that. So you
Right.
have to have it, especially if you consider yourself a professional. If you're a enthusiast at home and you have a car that you're going to keep for a while, you're not going to ever change. Sure, you could probably dial in a process to take care of that car. But if you're going to do more than one car in your lifetime, you got to have some options
Well,
available.
and again, like you said, curves and things. That's what's so great about having these different tools is each one's unique because it doesn't, it's movement, and so you can get that correction on certain areas that you didn't used to be able to.
I think
So-
like your biggest enemy when it comes to having multiple tools will be the cord situation. So if you can figure out that beast and really just dial in where you have your cords or where you have your machines placed, because I'm that guy that I'll plug something in, I'll walk around something, the tire will catch the cord, and I'm like, oh gosh, I go back and redo it, and that's the biggest battle. But one thing that I want to point out is that a lot of people that I've talked to recently in the store that have just come into our physical TRC store, I tell them about the clinic, and I say, hey, if you want to come out to this, RUPES is going to be here, they're going to be bringing a bunch of machines. A lot of these guys, and I'm not trying to give you guys an ego, but they get kind of intimidated by the name. They think, oh, wow, that
it's
sounds,
for professionals only.
That sounds very professional and scary. And
it's free, folks. Come on down.
They look at me and they're like, well, I just use a Harbor Freight. I don't know if I could use one of those tools. And I'm like, okay,
bro,
stop what you're saying right now. And I'm like, just
this is your opportunity to try.
Don't let that name. I mean, just know that they're quality tools, but you don't need to be afraid of them. And they're just slightly more powerful.
Yeah, you got on the rotary and picked up a bead when we were down there.
Like a champion.
Yeah.
It's almost awesome. Like you knew what he was doing.
We credit the training.
You guys are pretty good.
I was showing Dane. I was laying down like multiple strips, and I was just hitting each line, just like
So when we were in Puerto Rico, we did that. We had tables with
cookie sheets, right?
Cookie sheets painted, and everybody got to do different stuff. And that's what we were doing at my table with the rotaries. We were seeing who could pick up a bead without splattering.
Yep.
and
a bunch of guys wearing compound.
It was a fun little thing to watch.
Ah, my eye.
And other guys were like, I'm not even gonna
racing stripe.
Yeah, they were like, I'm not gonna try. But there were other dudes that got in there and were like, no, we're gonna.
I always tell people the best car to learn on is somebody else's. Right? Or a cookie sheet that belongs to somebody else, apparently. But, I mean, So, to your point, it's not unusual. As long as I've been in this business and as long as I've been on the selling side of things, even getting people interested in the Porter cable back in the day, working for Adams, as I did.
Yeah.
And most people sold that Porter cable. It was intimidating. Oh, my God. I'll touch my car with a machine. That's going to ruin the clear coat. We've jumped that hurdle. The market, by and large, now understands that you can polish your car with a machine and the paint isn't going to fall off.
They accept
that. Right? But now we've got higher level tools and these things. And so, there should always be a healthy respect for rotary. It's not impossible to learn, and you're not going to screw anything up unless you try.
Yeah.
But the orbital stuff is very approachable. But it is. It's just another layer that people have got to get comfortable with. It's like, I can do this tool because I know this one. Oh, the RUPES is a professional. I can't do that. I might ruin something.
Or I've noticed in our videos, they're like, oh my gosh, RUPES is rotary's old tech, and they're coming out with something that everybody they brought out the 21. So that no one had to use the rotary anymore, and now they're bringing back the rotary again.
It's all part of our master plan.
It's as if it's one size fits all.
But again, it's a tool that has been improved.
Yeah.
Rotaries have been the same, just a plain variable speed rotary for a number of years. But the new RUPES version actually has significant benefits to it.
Yeah, and it's all about rotary is rotary, right?
Yeah,
the movement is always you can't
the
change that. If it's anything other than spinning on a central axis, it's not rotary anymore, right?
Yeah.
So the whole concept of our rotary is it's just a lighter, smoother, more well-balanced version. It's a more refined rotary. Rotaries will never go away. There's absolutely no reason. Honestly, every tool movement that currently exists, there's going to be a spot that it is the best at doing things at.
Yeah.
Sure, yes, I can take a 21 and rip out a 1500 grit sand scratch.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm proficient with a rotary, I might be able to do it a heck of a lot faster. Yeah. Or I might be on a car with such heavy, gnarly defects that it just makes more sense to mow the thing down with a rotary and then come back and finish with a D8. I mean, everything's got a sweet spot. No tool is perfect in every single situation. It just isn't possible. I mean, there are certain situations or certain tools that are applicable in more situations than others. Yep. But it doesn't mean that you don't need that specialty tool occasionally. Right. And a rotary is a specialty tool. That's essentially what it is now. It used to be the only tool. You go back and back and back. It's the only thing anybody buffed with was rotary. Things have changed.
Yep.
But it still doesn't mean it's irrelevant. It just means that you just don't bust it out as often as you used to. And it has a very specific place in your collection. So.
Well, and what I liked was last year when you were here, there was a lot of local detailers who hadn't embraced the Bigfoots yet, hadn't embraced, and it took them actually doing stuff where it's like, here, try it, or the only reason I didn't like it is because I couldn't get sanding scratches out. Okay, put some sanding scratches in. Okay, try and get them out. Oh, that worked really well and was really easy.
Yeah,
and it's like, and you can also train your new employees how to do that. wow, man, I've been a rotary guy, and I don't train anybody because it takes me a couple years to get them proficient in a tool. Well, guess what, folks? Now with the new Melee, it's even easier to train somebody.
Yeah, anybody can pick that thing up and at least get a result and not hurt anything, right?
Right. And so my new neighbor in my neighborhood is an old recon manager for a used car lot.
Oh, nice.
And
he's seen some things.
He's seen some things. And so my wife explained, she's like, oh, my husband's a detailer, and this is what he does now. And he was like, me and him need to talk. And so
Come here, boy, I'm going to show you some things.
I went down to talk to him, and he was just like, so tell me, what do you do? What's going on with detailing in general? And this is an old man. He's probably late 70s, early 80s. And he was explaining how it was for him 50 years ago when he was selling cars and the stuff that they would do. And he was bringing up old local detailers that I think some of them are dead, but they were old guys that I knew about from back. I remember they were the guys that were owning shops, and they were getting ready to sell their business when I was starting. And so it was fun to like talk to him and go, well, what were you using then, and what were you doing? And it was just kind of neat to finally talk to somebody that's an old timer that knew the benefits and stuff. And he's like, so what kind of rotary you use? And I was like, well, I use Makitas, but I don't, because now I use RUPES polishers and Bigfoots and this kind of stuff. And he was like, what? And then I had to explain DA and long throw and short throw and all that stuff to him, and he was just fascinated. Because for him, he was like, you never wanted to burn the paint on a rotary, and you couldn't teach a guy, and we had one guy that could do this, and we had to do these things, and we couldn't. I was like, yeah, now I can literally throw a polisher in my 7-year-old's hands.
And hand it to a kid, yeah.
Yeah, she can polish the car. And
way to promote child labor.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
so OSHA's on you for the adhesive thing now, and then the labor board's on you for the kids.
We'll just say I need to figure out a way to make this mortgage payment on the new house. So,
kids, get to buffing.
Come check out Levi's Detail Shop on Harmony. And,
the Rag Company does not condone child labor.
That's awesome.
You guys have a lawyer on staff that can review this, right?
Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Oh,
no,
man.
guys, I'm excited for this week. I think
it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope I can get some sleep tonight. I'm sorry if I was yawning. Those of you that watched see me yawn a lot. I literally got no sleep last night, mostly because I was so excited that Dylan was coming.
I was gonna throw that in there. I didn't think you were actually gonna say it, but okay, thank you.
Yeah, we were texting each other all night like schoolgirls.
Can't wait to hold hands.
Can't wait. You're going to be here. It's going to be so amazing.
Heart emoji.
You go to bed first. No, I'm going to go to, like, you hang up. No,
you hang up. No, you hang up.
It's always a party when this guy's in town, so.
Yeah. No, so I apologize that I was yawning. It's getting late in the afternoon.
I think we're going to go get some food here in a little bit.
We are.
And going to go, I don't know, we don't have any tacos here like the Hefe's tacos down in Boulder.
That place is special.
If you guys are
should have brought some with me.
You should have.
Would they be good, though, by that point?
What's wrong with you?
Hey, you know what? And so I'm going to go completely off topic a little bit here.
Go for it.
Because we're on tacos, and I brought you keto chocolate because keto has been a discussion.
You did.
And my wife is on her keto diet. She discovered that you can let us wrap the tacos at Hefe's.
No way.
And they're freaking phenomenal.
Wow.
I also discovered that you can double down on the margaritas, and they'll make them bigger.
Wow.
Really?
So she gets the lettuce wrap taco, and I get a much larger margarita. It works out for everybody's winning in this scenario.
You're drinking her carbs. And you're like, hey, the carbs that you saved, I'll take care of.
I'm
those
drinking
for
for
you.
two
Take
now.
one for the team.
So we'll show you all the new stuff that's going on at Hefe's. You guys will be back in August.
we're excited.
We'll be back.
You'll be back.
Let's just say we're counting the
We lost
days
Dane. Yeah.
and the amount of tacos we're going to eat this time.
I'm going to Jason Rose my way to Hefe's, and like Puerto Rico, I'm never
You're going to float on a raft to Colorado? How does that work?
I'll find a way.
Don't worry, Dane will do it for tacos.
If a lot of you guys that are listening are kind of out of the loop, if you go back, you can watch our RUPES Colorado trip video.
Yeah, that is on YouTube. Check it out.
You'll see the part of the video where we actually go to Hefe's and we go and
These two are on the thumbnail.
Tacos.
And in case
Eating
you
ice
were
cream.
wondering why, while we were at Hefe's, I was on my phone. I was signing papers. I was e-signing for
Or
a
bored,
house.
either one.
It wasn't that I was bored or I was
Looking
ignoring
at 'em,
everybody. I was
making
literally
excuses.
trying to buy a house at that point. So
just stressed out.
my wife was calling me going, "You got to sign,
Yep.
get that done." I'm like, all right, hold on, okay.
It's like, they only have Diet Coke here. They don't have Diet Pepsi. I can't concentrate.
Which Amanda and I did have a very long conversation about our soda. Your lovely wife.
Oh
Amanda,
man, you guys were.
Yeah. So
Coke versus Pepsi.
Don't know if you did it. Let's check this out here. Let me
Soda
get it out of
fans.
my space pocket here.
What are you pulling out back there?
This is a new attachment that I'm going to be putting on my
This guy.
work shirt.
For people that are
So,
listening,
for those of you that are wondering, it's a Pepsi patch.
it is.
So
He'll never
pretty
stop.
dope. Pretty dope.
No, I'd say you have a problem, but
It might be a little problem.
He's sponsored,
well, it's only a
guys.
problem when you run out, right?
I am not sponsored. I'm just telling you right now.
But if you
As
keep
he's
doing this-
wearing
but-
his hat and shirt.
If
It's that
Pepsi wants
scene
to
in Wayne's
send
World.
me, I would take large amounts of Diet Pepsi at my house.
Yeah.
If you can get in touch with me, Levi at the Rag Company, I'll give you my address.
Okay.
Uh,
all
He
right.
wants to
also,
tap and
Diet
stuff.
Mountain Dew would be also beneficial for my wife. And if Coke, if you're listening, if we could get some Diet Coke over to
Yeah, now we're
Mrs.
talking.
von Kleist's house.
Way to turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make Dylan a very happy man because his wife would then be happy. So,
And then I can finally install that beer tap for me.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, good.
That's all I'm
We're
saying.
like,
Everybody
well,
wins.
you're all getting things. Why can't I?
I don't know what do
Dane
you
wants
want.
Red Bull
Oh well.
on tap.
Shout out Red Bull.
I was talking about Dylan, but hey, I'll take some.
So,
As well. Yeah.
if anybody of you guys know anybody that can help hook us all up, that'd be great.
We're just
Anthony
need
just wants
sponsorships. We'll just
water.
stick logos all over your wall. It would be like a NASCAR team in here. Everybody just logoed out head to
Can't wait
toe.
for
They
that.
really sold out over there at the Rag Company. I mean,
This
they're
podcast really took a turn for the
This
sad.
podcast is brought to you by Diet Pepsi,
desperate.
Diet Coke, Red Bull, and
Why does anybody listen to this now?
And Hefe's Tacos.
Hefe's Tacos. I just want free
Louisville,
tacos.
Colorado.
we had a head-faced taco sign. That would be the funniest thing in the world. Just the little
They're like,
sugar skulls.
they don't even know that they've sponsored it. And we're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
This
I
is
like it.
They're like,
convenient,
wow,
but I
we're getting
sure
lots
do
of
love Fig
people here.
Newtons.
Way to go, Ricky Bobby. Oh.
And on
Amazing.
that note, I think we pretty
Let's
much
go eat.
wrapped
Yeah.
up. We're
Wrap
all
this up.
hungry. We're got food on the brain. So
Yeah, none of us have eaten it today.
thanks so much for listening, guys. There will be more of this to come. Don't worry. We got a lot happening this week.
It's gonna be
and,
fun.
Yeah, that's it. So if you're watching, you're on YouTube at the Rag Company channel. If you're listening, you're at the Shout Engine of the Rag Company podcast. And otherwise, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks,
See ya,
guys.
guys.
See ya.
Adios.